As Israel's claims regarding a premeditated Hamas mass rape campaign on October 7 continue to fall apart, new horrifying evidence is emerging of mass sexual violence and rape against Palestinians committed by the Israeli military. A recent article in the Times of London, in addition to UN reports and investigative journalism in the independent media, have been blowing holes in Israel's allegations of an ordered mass rape campaign on October 7, while the evidence mounts of mass sexual violence against Palestinians. As early as December of last year, allegations began to emerge that female Palestinian prisoners were being raped in Israeli jails, after women were released in a prisoner exchange and testified to the media. Not only this, but in a series of testimonies collected by Israeli human rights group B'Tselem, released female Palestinian detainees stated that Israeli forces threatened to rape them like Hamas raped Israeli women, demonstrating that the October 7 rape stories spread by the corporate media had directly motivated rape threats against Palestinian women. Back in February, a UN panel of experts sounded the alarm over evidence produced by the United Nations of 2 cases of rape committed against Palestinian women, in addition to various threats of rape and cases of sexual harassment. Yet there was little interest expressed in the issue from Western politicians who had spoken out with so much indignation about October 7 allegations. In March, horror stories emerged of sexual abuse being committed in Gaza, including a case allegedly reported by Canadian volunteer physicians of a woman being raped for 2 days, leaving her unable to speak from the trauma. At Sedtiman Detention Center, where Palestinians are held without charges after being kidnapped from Gaza, it was recently revealed in an expose published in the New York Times that Palestinians were being raped with burning metal rods. This correlated with an UNRWA report that noted identical examples from their sources of the kinds of sexualized torture, including the rape of a man with a burning metal rod who was left to slowly die. Women were not spared from sexual violence at Sedtiman either. A 34-year-old woman testified that, quote, "A male soldier took off our hijabs and they pinched us and touched our bodies." Also, in a UN-mandated independent investigative inquiry report released on June 12, it was concluded that mass sexual abuse carried out by Israeli military personnel was, quote, "either ordered or condoned," pointing fingers at Israel's chain of command. This report found that Israeli forces, quote, "systematically targeted and subjected Palestinians to sexual and gender-based violence online and in person since October 7, including through forced public nudity, forced public stripping, sexualized torture and abuse, and sexual humiliation and harassment," end quote.